Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to be talking about the Sandbox, which trades under the symbol SAND. And I'm going to be sharing a prophetic now word from Maria Conwell concerning the Sandbox. Now, folks, before I get into this, I'm not a financial advisor, just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. If you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also the About section of YouTube. Now, the first thing is what is Sandbox? Okay, launched in 2011 by Pixel Owl, the Sandbox is a blockchain-based virtual world metaverse allowing users to create, build, and buy and sell digital assets in the form of a game. By combining the powers of decentralized autonomous organizations and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, the Sandbox creates a decentralized platform for a thriving gaming community. According to the official white paper, the Sandbox platform's main mission is to introduce blockchain technology in mainstream gaming successfully. The platform focuses on facilitating a creative play-to-earn model which allows users to be both creators and gamers simultaneously. The Sandbox employs the powers of blockchain technology by introducing the SAND utility token, which facilitates transactions on the platform. So originally, it's been around for a really long time. Now, SAND was on the prophetic list originally. I did go ahead and remove it for right now because of this now word. And one of the reasons why I removed it was because it really did make its run already. It was currently sitting around months before. It was sitting around 36 cents. And it actually, when Bitcoin was making its run, it reached a high of around $8.30. And as with all the other cryptocurrencies, it did its decline to where you see it at where it's currently just sitting at $1.13 right now. So I'm going to play this now prophetic word from Maria Conwell. It's One Small Flame, and the title of the video is called Sandbox's Toast. This is a now word. Now, when it comes to the metaverse and stuff like that, you guys should pretty much already know that many companies have lost billions of dollars, especially Facebook/Meta. They've lost a lot of money, pouring a lot of money into the metaverse. And one of the reasons why they lost a lot of money is because, they thought that people were going to stay at home. They thought people weren't going to go to the movies and hang out with each other because everybody was on lockdown. And I think they really expected the lockdowns to last a lot longer than they have, right? Forcing people to stay at home, forcing people to stay on their computers and stick to their movie platforms they have at home, like Netflix and Amazon and all that. But people want to get out. They want to travel. They want to go on vacation. They want to go to the movies. And I think there was a lot of hype really around Sandbox because when I get done with this video and share some of the news and some of the other things that I'm seeing as far as concerning Sandbox, you'll see why. And it's one of the reasons why I've already shorted Sandbox now, which is actually the first time I've shorted anything. But because of the information that I've came across, I have faith that there's really kind of no hope for this unless something huge happens. But we'll get into that after I play this video. But after the video, I will share some of this information that I've came across.
Well, hello everyone. This is Maria from One Small Flame, and thank you so much for joining today. I have an interesting word today from the Lord. As I was waking up from sleep, the Lord showed me a few different things. So first of all, this is from this morning. This is from 7/10/22. And this is also a warning concerning the cryptocurrency Sandbox. Now, I don't own Sandbox, so it's interesting that the Lord shared this with me. Sandbox currently has the cryptocurrency ticker of SAND or SAND, and the price is about $1.16. It was as high as $7-ish I saw over the last year, but it's been basically going down is what I've seen with the rest of the markets. So as I was waking up this morning, in my dream, I saw a red graph directly going down. So kind of looking like that. It hit a certain level and I didn't see the corresponding numbers. And then it went down again and looked more like a slow staircase or wedge shape down, sort of like that. And then I saw another line going up, and then this line was also red. So a lot of red candles, a lot of red, like everything was red. So it was a red candle down, and then it was a jagged, stepwise down even further, and then after that, a red candle up. I don't know how far down it was going. I don't know how far up it was going. However, I felt in my spirit. Oh, okay. Let me go back. I heard Sandbox is in the news. Sandbox is in the news. And I was looking at some candle information from traders, and I saw this little graph here of this red candle down. And at the bottom, you could see one of the reasons why you can get a red candle down is what this person says is we can assume that there may have been some news or information that caused such a drastic change in price. So I think that is the reason why Sandbox is going to drop, because I heard in the spirit Sandbox is in the news. Now, I don't own any Sandbox myself, but I felt in my spirit, oh my gosh, whoever owns Sandbox should get out now. So I really feel like this is a Rima word. This is for whoever owns Sandbox, which isn't me, but it could be some of my viewers. Please realize and take advantage of this. The Lord is trying to protect you. This is an emergency exit. Get out now. Of course, you need to pray about it. Make sure that that resonates with your spirit. Make sure that that's part of, you feel that this word is for you. The next thing that I saw was a boy going to a trash heap and picking up what appeared to be a pale colored burnt up toaster out of the garbage. And so I believe what the Lord is saying with this image that he showed me is that Sandbox is going to be toast. It's going to be worthless like garbage. Very sad face. So please pray about taking profits now and getting out of Sandbox. And that's all for today. Please like, share, and subscribe to One Small Flame and to the One Small Flame Prophecy and regular YouTube channels. God bless each and every one of you.
So she saw this graph that continually went down, right? And then there was another graph where she saw a red candle go up. So it looks like there's going to be some fluctuation on its way down. So she said that Sandbox was going to be in the news. So obviously something's going to cause Sandbox to crash. There's no information from her as far as how far it'll go down. So if there are people, like in my group and other groups, to pray about this, maybe they'll see a bottom to where, especially if for those of us who are going to be shorting this, and I've already shorted it, and I know other people are shorting it too as well. And if you're not experienced, then I'd recommend that you don't short it. Now, as far as people that are involved in it right now, that's up to you whether or not if you want to sell it off or not. But I'm getting ready to share some things with you concerning Sandbox. And there's actually a lot of hype around Sandbox. You have all these different companies, Time partners with the Sandbox to build Times Square in the metaverse. The Sandbox metaverse hits 2 million users, begins K-pop partnership. So just over the last year, there is all this hype around Sandbox and all these companies wanting to be a part of Sandbox. Oh, and then then you had Snoop Dogg, join Sandbox. And this article here says the Sandbox reports 300,000 monthly active users despite partnerships with top brands. Shades, of Second Life's hype days. So like there's articles like this that are actually going over the information about Sandbox, and they're really questioning whether or not if it's really worth that much. And the 2 million users that they have, those are just registered users. They don't have that many active users. So going back to Reddit, which I always like to go and try to see what people were saying months ago. This post right here: most Sandbox metaverse investors will lose their money. Right? Most P2E is unsustainable. You'll probably have to pay hundreds of dollars to earn $10 per day, but as more and more people join the game, the rewards you will earn will not even be $1 per day, netting you a big loss for time and money spent. This is because there's no value created by playing the games. Most people who will buy equipment with sand in hopes to earn more sand will definitely lose money. If you own an experience, you can create your own gaming experience that can make you profit. If the project is good, people might try it out just for the hype, but as soon as they get bored, they will jump ship to another game, thus making the investment you did for your land and creating the experience will be useless. Celebrities like Snoop Dogg can easily get back his invested money by selling private music parties, NFT collectibles, but the remaining 80% will not be able to monetize the land without having any influencer status. Minecraft and Roblox has stood the test of time and can create greater gaming experience than Sandbox ever could. Everyone are just here in it to pump Sandbox token. As the Fed tapers and increase interest rates, everyone will realize that most of what you call as money is actual credit, and credit disappears. 99% will lose their asset value in Sandbox. Right, so this was actually a really good discussion, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and dig a little bit more. So this article that came out on May the 16th of 2022. Are you sure that Sandbox and Decentraland can survive? Tech giants are coming. So we have Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Samsung. They're all launching their own metaverse. There's coming competition for Sandbox, right? With a lot of power and money behind these companies. Recently, you might have heard tech giants are developing metaverse platforms, from Samsung's metaverse platform launching announcement to Microsoft's Mesh. Tech giant companies are planning their own metaverse services. Also, you may have heard that Facebook changed its name to Meta and all into the metaverse. With so many IT companies investing in metaverse and planning services, what will happen to Sandbox and Decentraland blockchain's metaverse? Now, you guys remember Facebook/Meta lost billions of dollars already, dumping all this money into the metaverse. And right now at this time, they're not really benefiting from that. And who knows if they will ever benefit or gain any of those investments back. But you can look at the current metaverse, and this is where I was really like, Sandbox is really toast. And you look at Sandbox here, they have a market cap of around $4 billion. At the time of this article, a market cap valuation of around $4 billion, 2 million users, which what I say, just a little over 300,000 active users, right? The revenue is 46 million, right? And then you have Decentraland, which is even, there's not any information on the total users. They're bringing in about 15 million a month, about a third less of revenue, so they probably have a third less of total users, right? Then when you compare it to already the current metaverse platforms that are out there, like Roblox, they have a $16 billion market cap, and they have 202 million users, right? And it looks like, from what I can see right here, looks like $1.919 million. Well, so that's almost $2 billion in revenue. That's insane. And then you have Minecraft, which has over 200 million users, right? And bring in a total revenue of 415 million. And then you got a few others here that I've never heard of. 70 million for Life, and Zepeto has 300 million users. They only bring in $30 million. So there's a lot of competition already. And just doing the research, there's actually a lot of complaints about how Sandbox doesn't really work all that well. There's a lot of glitches. It's not really smooth oftentimes. And this article goes a little bit deep into the comparisons between Sandbox and some of the others. Now, when you look at the popularity like Minecraft, right? Just like you just go and just look at some of these YouTubers who make Minecraft videos, right? I mean, 4.3 million views in 6 days, 4.5 from that guy, 3.6. I mean, it's really, really huge. These guys, like every video that these guys are putting out, it's like millions and millions of views. And you get the same thing with Roblox, right? 2.5 million views, 2.7. So you go to some of these YouTubers who are making these videos, it's really a cash cow for anybody who wants to make YouTube videos about these games. So, and of course, there are some YouTubers that do make Sandbox videos. Of course, it's not nearly as popular as the other YouTube channels. Some can still do pretty decent, making over 100,000 views per video. But just going back to this and just seeing this, and it's almost like there was just way too much hype concerning Sandbox. And when you look at their competition and their coming competition, eventually Sandbox is just probably going to get crushed. I'm really surprised because they've been working on this project really since 2011. And I'm like, why is it all these companies are pouring all their money into, are suddenly pouring their money into Sandbox, and they have so many issues? And from the things that I've read about how the gameplay is, it's not very smooth all the time. It's glitchy. People have problems. Now, of course, all video games have some type of problem, but really, especially on Reddit, I mean, it's really prevalent. You can just do the research. So going back and thinking about this, I said, well, I'm not involved in Sandbox. I did go ahead and remove Sand from the prophetic list. Who knows what's going to happen down the road in the future to where we might add it back. But so I decided to, I said, well, maybe I'll just take the opportunity to go ahead and short it. Now, if you don't know how to short, if you don't know where to even go look, then I wouldn't even think about it or worry about it. With this Rima Now word that's coming from Maria Conwell, something in the news is going to come, and she believes that if you are involved in Sandbox, right, you need to pray about it first. And so just going on Twitter, just looking at anybody's talking about shorting, and it looks like there are some people that are looking and discussing shorting Sand. So this guy here caught a short last night on this, targeting 96 cents. But I think just from the news that I'm seeing right now, I mean, really, folks, when I really look at this, when I really look at the numbers and what's coming down the line for the metaverse, I don't think Sandbox really stands a chance. And we have all these issues with regulations too as well, dealing with the metaverse, and I just don't think they have what it takes to stand. But I'm actually surprised because this company's been around for a while, and you would just think that they would have been in an entirely different position by now with only 2 million users. That doesn't make any sense. And if you remember, last year there was so much hype around it, but people weren't really using it like they were, Roblox and Minecraft, right? So these are just some things to think about. So you guys tell me what you think down below in the description. And also, too, don't forget to go to Maria Conwell's video. That will be down below in the description. And you can watch it, several times for yourself, especially if you are involved in Sandbox. So that is all that I have for this. Folks, I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.